The film I chose for my historical context film project is Ghost of Mississippi. It is about how the widow of Medgar Evers got justice 30 years later. It starts out with Medgar Evers coming home late at night, and his family is watching a speech by John F. Kennedy. Suddenly, he gets shot in the back while getting out of his car. His kids drop to the floor and crawl into the bathroom. His wife comes running out frantically, and he crawls trying to get to the door. Suddenly, the film jumps 30 years later, and Murley is trying to get justice still. And the lawyer that gets the court case is Bobby DeLauder. Technically, the whole movie is about Bobby DeLauder and how he brings justice to Medgar Evers, and it pretty much follows him around. But mostly it's that his family didn't want him to take the case, and his wife even left him. But he helps Murley, and it's really hard for him to help her because all the evidence is lost, because back then nobody really took care of evidence, and people would take it for like safekeeping or like to remember the case. But he eventually finds some of the evidence, and he takes Byron DeLuc Beckwith to trial again. He went to trial twice before because all the evidence was piled on him, because they found his fingerprint on the gun and they knew that he was there. But he never went to jail or anything because the jury never decided on a verdict. So 30 years later, he's going to trial again. And he doesn't think he'll go to jail because he doesn't think that he'll get prosecuted for killing a black man. And he's a very bad guy. He told the KKK that he did it, and he was like, yeah, I'm better than you guys. I killed a man and I'm not in jail for it. So he goes to court, and Bobby DeLauder throws all this proof at him and evidence that he did it. Byron DeLuc Beckwith never said that he did it. So the jury at first was made up of all whites, and then this time it was made up of blacks and whites. And obviously Byron DeLuc Beckwith gets caught, and they prove that it was him, and he goes to jail for the rest of his life. But this story was very heartwarming because it's a true story. Well, the casting of it was Alec Baldwin. He played Bobby DeLauder. He played the lawyer. And Alec Baldwin is on film, he's on stage and television. Many of my peers would know him from Beetlejuice, 30 Rock, and The Departed. Whoopi Goldberg played Myrlie Evers, the widow, and she's on film, she's an author, she's a talk show host. She's really known for the movie The Color Purple, which is pretty funny because when I was watching my movie one night, my dad was watching The Color Purple on TV, and I walked in his room and I realized that it was the same actor. She was also in Ghost, and she has a television show, The View. She is the second black woman in history to win an Oscar, and she's a pretty funny actor if you ask me. James Woods played Byron DeLuc Beckwith, and he does the voiceover for Family Guy, The Simpsons, Grand Theft Auto, Stuart Little 2, and Hercules. And most of the awards that the film won was because of him. It seems like he's a very popular guy. Rob Reiner is the director of Ghost of Mississippi. There was a lot of controversy because of this, because he isn't African American, and a lot of people thought that the director should be African American, so there would be more of a personal touch to the movie. Also, there was a lot of controversy because Medgar isn't the main character in the movie, it's Bobby DeLauder. So people were kind of mad because the movie should be about him, but according to the director, it's because the movie is more about bringing justice to him. The cinematography was awesome in this movie. The lighting was just made it feel like eerie, like when Evers got shot, it was night, and that's true, but it just gives like a mysterious feel when you're watching it. And then the way the cameras are angled, it just like draws the audience into the story. And then the scenes that are used, and some of them feel more important than the others, and the ones that feel more important are the ones that draw you into the story, like give the personal touch to the audience and make them feel like they're actually there. This film is very, very accurate. According to Achieving Authenticity in the film Ghost of Mississippi, Identify an Authorship in Historical Narratives, which was published in the Western Journal Black Studies, it says that it's 85 to 90% accurate. The reason for this is because it states that nothing can really be that accurate. It can't be completely accurate. All of my sources support that the movie is accurate. Some of the specific things that are accurate is that the children really did crawl into the bathroom because they were taught to do this by their parents. And Evers really did crawl when he got shot. He crawled about a little over 6 feet. Daryl Evers, which is the son of Edgar and Murley, plays himself in the movie, as an adult obviously. And John F. Kennedy actually gave that speech that night. The speech was about civil rights. And Evers really did get full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery. So this movie is really, really accurate. And the reason for this is because Rob Reiner believes that people get their historical background and stories from movies, so he wanted to make it really accurate. Overall, this movie is really awesome. I really liked it because it made me feel how Murley was feeling. Like, she was so desperate and she just wanted that justice. It made me cry at the end when she finally got that justice, because I feel like in my heart I actually got that justice too. And I would recommend this movie. I would really recommend this movie for anybody that wants to learn about the Medgar Evers murder and how Byron De La Beckwith went to jail and he got what he deserved.